Chapter 54 RAF Nanotech. Bouncer and Graham had run all the way from the farm, straight to the top of the mountain that rose out of the valley. Little had they known that as soon as they had crested the ridge a familiar place would appear before them. After spotting the RAF base, Bouncer had phased into human form, and they had both dropped to the ground to minimize their silhouette. Bouncer and Graham scanned the perimeter fence of the huge installation that had appeared before them. From as far to the left to as far to the right they could see the chain link and razor wire barrier rose out of the ground like a mechanical vine invading the property behind it. Behind that a 15-meter wide no man's land with towers placed every 250 meter providing a clear line of sight from corner to corner. Nothing could sneak across that without being spotted. Due to their slightly raised elevation with respect to the base, they could clearly see hangars, runways and taxiways beyond the immediate fence, and structures that no amount of chain-link fence could have hidden. Graham looked back towards Bouncer. "It can't be, can it?" asked Graham. "It looks just like our home." "It does, Graham," replied Bouncer. "But I think it's probably fair to say that all military bases look very similar, even when they are in different dimensions." "I guess so," replied Graham. "Can you feel the nanotech, though? There must be a huge amount in there somewhere. Their pull is so strong. What should we do?" Bouncer had been thinking about this ever since they had settled into their hidey hole. "I don't know. I'm trying to work it out now. The obvious thing would be to get out of here as soon as possible, but I can't help thinking what we could achieve with even more nanotech, Graham." "You can't be serious, Bouncer. How are we supposed to get in there? It's not like we have the Farview to portal in. We'd have to break in proper, old school, and I can't see us pulling that off." "What do you mean?" asked Bouncer incredulously. "We can still phase into virtually anything we want to. It should be child's play to get in. Finding the nanotech should be no worries. Our nanotech will simply lead us to the others, then we can get out, which I reckon will be even easier with more nanotech." "Okay, so what do you propose we do?" retorted Graham. Well, that's where I'm stuck. I reckon we should just dig in for a while and observe, see if we can learn anything, then hopefully something will present itself." "Well, that doesn't sound so bad. At least we got away from that crazy farmer dude," said Graham, not entirely sure if he had been hit with whatever had exploded toward them both. As the day progressed, Bouncer and Graham watched the comings and goings of the military base before them. Guards changed shifts. Patrols appeared and disappeared, on foot, and in vehicles, most of which were Land Rovers, and an occasional drone would fly around the perimeter. From where they were hidden they could not see an obvious way in. Staying low, they had moved around the base until they found it, and with it much more activity. Rather than just foot and vehicle patrols here, cars, trucks, buses, lorries, all were coming and going. "There you go, Graham," said Bouncer, pleased with himself. "I think we have our way in. We can just phase into any old vehicle and we can get right in." "Really?" replied Graham. "And what would be our reason for visiting?" Bouncer stopped and thought it through. "Yeah, I guess you're right. Without a decent reason they'd just turn us away." Remembering the drone, Bouncer's eyes lit up. "What about a drone?"